Shatru vinash prerana. In classical Sanskrit, this phrase carries a heavy, visceral mandate. It translates roughly to the inspiration to destroy your enemies. You find this exact phrase as the title of the third chapter in one of humanity's oldest philosophical texts, the Bhagavad Gita. While the title suggests a tactical manual for physical combat, Swami Adgananda's Yatharth Geeta interpretation highlights that this specific text describes no physical confrontation. The text maps a psychological conflict, where the battle lines are drawn within human consciousness. We are currently engaged in this conflict. Every day, we navigate a cycle where our own mental patterns act as our most persistent adversaries. To navigate this conflict, we look to the dialogue between a warrior named Arjuna and his guide, Krishna. This conversation serves as a diagnostic tool, isolating the specific causes of mental paralysis and self-sabotage. The text identifies the first hostile force as kama, or insatiable desire. This mechanism constantly shifts the requirements for our satisfaction, insisting that happiness only exists in the next achievement or acquisition. Because desire is inherently insatiable, it eventually encounters an obstacle. When that happens, it produces a toxic byproduct, krodha, or anger. This flowchart models how these two forces operate. A neutral event, the stimulus, should flow to the rational intellect. Instead, desire and anger hijack the nervous system, blocking analytical pathways and clouding judgment before logic can intervene. When desire and anger dictate our reactions to the world, we lose the capacity to make autonomous choices. Faced with these overwhelming internal forces, Arjuna's first instinct is to quit. He wants to walk away from the pressure and remain inactive. However, total inaction is a biological impossibility. As long as you are breathing, thinking, and existing, you are engaging in action. Since action is unavoidable, the text introduces a specific framework to neutralize internal enemies, karma yoga, or the yoga of action. The first requirement of karma yoga is to engage fully with the world. You must perform your specific duties relentlessly rather than retreating from them. The second requirement focuses on detachment. It demands absolute surrender of craving for results. This detachment interrupts the ego's feedback loop. By removing focus on reward, you cut off the psychological oxygen these forces need to survive. Detached action uses the unavoidable momentum of daily life to starve the internal enemy. This moves the philosophy away from ancient chariots and into your modern reality. The battlefield is the morning commute, the flooded email inbox, and the management of family conflicts. These mundane daily tasks serve as the active front lines of this internal war. Applying the mechanics of the Gita to a modern routine leads to a state called Shatru vinash, the destruction of the internal enemy. In this context, victory is defined by remaining unshaken and focused amidst the inevitable chaos of existence. The Bhagavad Gita asks that we engage with the complexities of our lives through selflessness, overcoming the mental barriers